is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Scott Blake. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn set to take on Vanderbilt, the Commodores there in Nashville, 3 o'clock tomorrow on the SEC Network. We'll break down that game a little bit, look at the numbers as we did a little bit yesterday. Get your prediction in today, Auburn and Vandy. This one, we hope, will be a comfortable win for the Auburn Tigers, but I'll take any win, anyway, anyhow.
On the way over here, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was like, who do we play tomorrow? I said, Vandy. She goes, oh, I'm not jinxing this. We're not going to say anything. We just want to win.
Yeah.
We just want to win.
And does that I'll take it any way I can get it for sure, and I'm sure Hugh Freeze would say the same thing. So we'll look at those numbers a little bit. Got some great guests coming up. Jason Caldwell will be with us a little bit later in the show today, as he does usually on Fridays. We'll get his thoughts on a guy that actually knows what he's talking about. So that's a refreshing thing to have on the Auburn Blitz. Also, our good friend Wade Bennett from Radio Free Auburn will be with us a little bit later as well. He's always entertaining and has a interesting take on the game, I'm sure. But Scott, hadn't seen you in a little while. How's it been?
I know. I was you last week. It was last week, I think, or week before last, whenever it was. I subbed for you once, I think.
Yeah.
But other than fighting the seasonal allergies, and I'm good.
Okay.
So if I cough, I apologize. Brett got mad at me last week. I coughed. Here comes one now.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Right on cue.
Yeah.
Well, Auburn gets their first win over Mississippi State last week. First SEC win, I should say. That was a big relief for everybody. It's always good to come back and be able to talk about a win, but it was the first one in the SEC, the Hugh Freeze era at Auburn. So that's a kind of a momentous thing.
We won, but there were people complaining after the game. Well, what happened in the second half? Why did we shut down like we did? Well, I don't think we shut anything down. They might have shut us down, But then the press conference Monday, his 23-minute press conference, they said, I didn't watch all of it, but Brad Law and some guys, I watched the podcast last night, and they were talking about how he's transparent. He came out and said, hey, I'm transparent. I've been transparent since I've been here.
Yeah.
We were in some situations. We had a 2-touchdown lead. Are we going to try to pass it out of here or just get out of here? And a tip ball, then they do a pick six, and we're a 1-touchdown lead. And so they went conservative intentionally.
Better to be criticized because you won by 2 touchdowns and were conservative than if you would have lost that game.
Right.
Could you imagine? He would have been eviscerated.
Oh, yeah.
And rightly so.
Yes,
if you blow that
But people,
if you blow that
we
lead.
I say we Auburn fans, we just can't be happy sometimes.
And we've actually seen Mississippi State do that to us.
I know it.
At home.
I know it.
So,
I mean, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Yeah, they came back with a large deficit, came back and embarrassed us. So
yeah.
So, I was good with the win.
Oh, yeah. No problem there whatsoever.
Yeah.
Turn our attention to the Vanderbilt Commodores. Look, they're 2-7. They're 0-5 in the league. Scott, this is their. I guess I really paid attention, didn't even think about it, but we're on a 4-game losing streak. They're on a 7-game losing streak. Okay, here's what they have given up the last 7 games: 36 to Wake, 40 to UNLV on the road, 45 to Kentucky, 38 to Missouri, 38 on the road at Florida, 37 to Georgia, and 33 last week on the road to Ole Miss.
The Georgia game, they were tight with them for a while, though.
They had a lead. I think they scored first, made it 7-0, and I think they scored again to make it 14-7, and then after that it was
in the second half it was over. So they didn't have the horses to run with them, but still, I don't go up there with oh, this is going to be a W. You know, they're going to have to play. I don't care who you're playing. And they're up there. I know there's a lot of folks going up there. It's a fun weekend to be in Nashville, I'm sure, to go watch the Auburn play them up there. But I've seen us get beat up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not, I mean, you know, you think back at a lot of these Vanderbilt games, certainly over the last 10, 12, 15 years, Auburn has struggled. You know, I think I talked about the 2008 game. Auburn was a bad team. But they went up there. They had just fired Tony Franklin.
Right.
And I think Auburn goes right down the field, scores a touchdown, goes right down the field, scores another touchdown, misses the extra point, and ends up losing 14-13.
You know, the Vandy game is a special place in my wife's heart. That was our first official date ever.
Is that right?
I took her to a Vandy game in Auburn.
In Auburn?
In 1990.
Okay. I don't remember the game.
Oh, we won, but it was you know, I remember going to it, tailgating with my folks and some of their friends, so it was on from then on.
Needed a goal line stand to win in 1993.
I was about to say in
Nashville.
1993 is another Vandy. You know, our third child was being born that morning, and it was halftime. And like, we got to win this game. It was Jetgate year. Remember that was Weston was. I'm not sorry. I'm thinking 2003. You said 93.
I was going to say
2003.
Now,
I'm sorry,
Scott. If y'all's first date was in 1990 and your third child was being born in 1993,
I thought you said 2003. But that was our first. That was our first game in 2003 that we won.
You're getting it done.
That we
my
won.
friend.
Yeah, no, yeah. It took another 10 more years on that. I got the years mixed up. You said 93.
Right.
I'm thinking 2003. Yeah. But the doctors and I watched us play Vandy in the hospital room in 2003. So Vandy the Blake household has some history of Vandy games.
2003 that was the first points that Auburn scored that year.
I know that's what grabbed my brain. Good.
Well, I said first points. We kicked a field goal against Georgia Tech.
Weston
first
was born
touchdown.
at halftime during that game.
Do what?
He was born at halftime.
Is that right?
Game, yeah.
You remember who scored the first touchdown?
I don't. I just remember getting fussed at because the doctor and I were watching the TV in that room, and she's over there going, "Hey guys, I'm over here." We're like, we're winning, you know.
Trivia question out there: who scored the first touchdown of 2003? If you remember, Auburn, you know, famously, comes out, gets shut out against USC, goes to Georgia Tech on the road, loses that game, I think 17-3 or 16-3. But we didn't score a touchdown until the third game of the year against Vanderbilt. Name that player. You can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page and comment away, or you can give us a call, 256-234-6221. What's the prize? You'll get our eternal respect if you answer this question correctly. All right, so look, their defense, when you look at the numbers, the offenses – are not that dissimilar as far as their production. But it's the defense, I think, of these two teams is when you really start to see a gap. And, I read off all those points that Vanderbilt has given up. I mean, think about that. They went on the road, gave up 40 to UNLV. So, I mean, this is not a good team. There are no excuses here for Auburn to go over there and slop around and say, well, Vandy's, but no, they're not a good team.
We won't be up more than 10 points at halftime if we're up. I don't think we just won't. I don't know. We haven't played well on the road right now.
That's the thing. That's the other thing that Auburn needs to prove, to get this out of their head, to get this narrative over with, because they haven't played well on the road for whatever reason. That they've gotten off to bad starts.
Right.
That's one thing. But, anyway, I think we got a phone call. Let's go to it, Scott. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hello, guys. How you doing today?
Doing great, Jerry. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for taking my call, buddy. I'm going to take a stab at that. Who had scored the first TD in 03? Was it Jarris McIntyre?
You nailed it, Jerry. Jarris McIntyre.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I just remember sitting there watching it on TV, and honestly, when he come to the sideline, of course, his dad played at Auburn. in the late 70s, mid-70s, running back out of Montgomery. But I looked like the relief on his face. He was about to cry, and I think I was too, if you want to know.
Yeah.
That's the relief time to get into the end zone. But anyway, regardless of that, I appreciate you taking my call. It's a big War Eagle, and I've got us winning this weekend around similar score to last week, 27-30 to about 13, something like that. And I hope we can show up and look good. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Jerry. Yeah, War Eagle.
All right, Jerry answered it correctly, but we had a Facebook comment that was correct also before he spoke.
Okay.
Bubba Tatum said Jarris McIntyre, and Bubba went on to say, my bad. Went on to say that he caught the pass from Jason Campbell, and then he said I was first. So Bubba actually answered first. So if there was a prize.
Yeah. Well, again, you get our eternal respect.
We respect you a little bit ahead of Jerry.
Both of you, since we didn't realize. Well, Jerry says 27-13 or 30-13-ish. So that's probably pretty close. Again, got a prediction. Go ahead and get that in.
We got a comment.
Go ahead.
Steve Stevens says Vanderbilt is awful. This game should not be close. I watched UNLV Vandy game. Vandy let UNLV go 60 yards for a game-winning field goal in 25 seconds. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Again, there are no excuses. Auburn is healthier than they have been since the beginning of the year.
That's right.
So go over there, get off to a good start, take care of business. I don't want to see a quarterback shuffle. I don't want to see, Auburn doing any kind of trick garbage. Just come out, run the football, get Peyton Thorne in a rhythm early, and beat the mess out of them.
That's right.
Let's just do that. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Truckloads of fresh new inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Come see and drive the new full-size GMC Sierra 1500 trucks, discounted up to $13,000 off. And the roomy and stylish GMC Acadias, up to $5,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments till springtime.
Get your best price every day at Glenn Smith GMC on the lot or online at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Central Alabama Community College. Great place to get a great education right here in Central Alabama. 4 locations, campuses in Alexander City, Talladega, Childersburg, and Prattville. So go and check them out if you're looking for a 2-year technical degree, or take care of your basics before you transfer to a 4-year institution and get that bachelor's. Also brought to you by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 or 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. They got a little bit of everything there, and they can beat the big box store. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big. No job is too small, commercial or residential. For all of your construction and excavation needs, give them a call today. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, 334-531-0199.
Couple of comments. Tom must either I read it wrong. He says 34-17. I thought I read it 34-7. Jim Hardy says Vandy loses 38-3. Anchor up. So
yeah,
I hope they're both right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll take 34-17. I'll take 38-3. I don't think we're going to hold them to 3, but I'll take either one of those for sure. Get your predictions in throughout the show on the Facebook page, YouTube, whatever, or just dial us up and the old-fashioned way, 256-234-6221. Jason Caldwell scheduled to be with us in the next segment. We'll get his thoughts and maybe an injury update on John Broom and Aiden Holloway, who did not play in the basketball exhibition this week, earlier this week. Some comments last night from Tiger Talk. Q Freeze says Gunnar Britton and Cam Stutz a little banged up. We're given a little off time at practice this week. That's probably, good. We want to go in there 100%, certainly on the offensive line, but it's good to know that you got guys like Jeremiah Wright and, Jaden Muskrat and other guys that can come in and fill in on that offensive line. The receiving core. Freeze says limiting a bit of the playbook was important in increasing execution. I never like to hear that going into a season when you say we got to simplify things. But the receivers did play much better, I thought, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Who knew all it took was Simplification.
Keep it simple, stupid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Freeze thinks running back Jarquez Hunter is a bit more patient over the course of the season. Yeah, you start thinking about it, and if we were really all honest, and there was never, with everything that happened in the offseason, there was going to be, Jarquez Hunter wasn't right to begin of the season. He just wasn't. Mentally, I don't know if he was there. Physically, he didn't look quite right.
Well, he didn't get to practice.
He didn't get to practice.
For a while.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so he had to be off a little bit.
I think we could have all seen that coming, that it was going to be a struggle for him in the beginning. But the last 2 weeks, he's kind of looked like himself. That's
That's
a really good.
That one long run he had. That's like okay.
Yeah, really nice.
What does he mean by free dress?
I guess they don't have to wear a suit.
Yeah, I didn't.
Whatever makes you comfortable, you can wear.
I didn't see any footage of
the Tiger Walk.
I didn't see any footage, so I was wondering what they were wearing.
That's a good question. Does that mean it was just for the Mississippi State game, or is that from the rest of the season? I
don't know.
But yeah, I skipped that one. But Freeze said that he gave the team free dress at Tiger Walk, so whatever makes them comfortable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze on the Auburn's red zone defense, which is the best in the SEC, number one. That stat's a little overrated in my opinion because
you let them get down there.
Yeah, it depends on how many times they've been in the red zone.
I know.
That's the one that and if they're in there all the time, they're bound to miss a field goal every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but if you want to tout that, Auburn's number one in so few things in the SEC right now. I think there's two statistics Auburn is number one in. One is red zone defense. Now, the other one's really important.
Mm-hmm.
That's turnovers. Turnovers gained. Turnovers caused by the defense. We lead the SEC, number 29 in the country, with 14 turnovers caused or gained by our defense. Now, here's the other thing, though. Vanderbilt is second. They've caused 13 turnovers. So both of these defenses very opportunistic.
How many turnovers have we had on offense? Let's see.
We've turned it over 10 times.
10 times, yeah.
Now, they have turned it over 16 times, Vanderbilt has. So their offense, very generous when it comes to giving the ball away. Auburn's defense, the best in the conference at taking it away. That sounds like the makings of a big advantage for Auburn.
Oh, you would hope so. You would hope so.
Let's say, you turn the ball over a couple of times, get 2 or 3 turnovers in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
This game may be over before it may be over at halftime. I hope. I'm not,
so.
You never want to presume, but that would be nice for sure. One more. Freeze notes it's a challenge to prepare for multiple quarterbacks. Vanderbilt's kind of been through. A.J. Swan got hurt a couple of weeks ago, but he says they're hearing that he's practicing. I think it's Ken Seals has played. They brought in another guy last week. I don't think any of them are great, but preparing for 3 different guys can be a bit of a challenge, I suppose.
So they have a Swan and a Seal that they throw out there as quarterbacks.
That's true. Yeah, really. I don't know where the porpoise is, but
yeah.
We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover right after this.
L&G Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Got to go to the phone line and welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover. Jason, thank you so much for taking some time for us today.
Absolutely. Y'all good? Y'all good?
Absolutely. Hey, it's always good after an Auburn victory, finally getting that win over Mississippi State, getting off that 4-game losing streak. Now Auburn hopes to continue that, going to Nashville tomorrow. You'll be up there covering the game. Look, we talked about this, and it's hard not to just look at this and say, look, Vandy is not a good team. Auburn has no excuse. They need to go up there, get off to a fast start, and put this game away early.
Yeah, but even on paper, you look at it and you go, well, there's not a whole lot of difference. Auburn's a more talented team than Vandy is, but this is not historical Auburn versus historical Vandy. And so there's not you have a little bit of room for error if you're Auburn this weekend, but this is not like you go up there and you expect to win this game 38-3 like you normally would at Vandy. I mean, the last two times Auburn's gone up there, they lost, 2008, 2012. And those were Auburn teams that weren't very good. This is an Auburn team that's better than both of those teams, but it's still not an overwhelming, physically talented team. And so, if you're Auburn, you just have to avoid mistakes. Play clean football, make a few plays. You do that, you should be okay. But this is not a good enough team to go up there and not play well and win. And that's the thing now for this team. Can you go up there and execute, play well, not turn it over a bunch? They've done a pretty good job of that this season. They'll have to do that again on Saturday.
Yeah, you mentioned execution. That was one of the biggest differences in what we've seen from this Auburn offense last week as opposed to the weeks previous. They executed so much better, and I think a big part of that, I don't know, from a fan's perspective, is you kind of move away from the quarterback shuffle and let Peyton Thorne get into a nice rhythm there at the beginning of the game with some high percentage passes. The running game worked, and Auburn's offense looked like a completely different animal.
Yeah, no, I think, I said the last couple of weeks I thought they had to kind of settle on one guy, and honestly, it didn't really matter which one it was, but you had to settle on one guy and you had to go tempo. Those are two things that I thought were a must, and they did both of those things, especially in the first half. Second half, not much field position at all, and they only had one possession in the third quarter, so they didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to do that in the second half. But, they made plays that built some confidence, and to me that's as much as anything, going out there and seeing it happen. It's like playing golf. If you see a few putts go in, all of a sudden, the hole looks a lot bigger than it did before. It's the same thing in throwing the football in the passing game. You start to make a few plays, and all of a sudden you go, yeah, we can do this. And I think, Hugh Freeze said, look, I want to see a little bit of swagger. And that's the first time probably since Stanford in week 2 that they had a little bit of swagger on offense. And I think now it's a different week when you go practice, and now you can build on the tempo that you did last week and probably try to go a little bit faster at times on Saturday.
Well, Jarquez Hunter, a big part of Auburn's success, has looked like Jarquez Hunter the last couple of weeks. Do you think this is just a result of him being maybe healthier than he's been, or is there something psychological here that he finally just kind of got over the hump and maybe he looks like himself?
Yeah, I don't think we can discount when you miss your team workout over the summer. Obviously, while all that stuff is going on, you can work out with a trainer all you want to, and you can feel like you're working extremely hard. But there's no substitute for being around your teammates and pushing each other and all the work that you have to do to get prepared for a season. I think that's some of this. I think you just now kind of round into game shape, and you miss the first game, and so you play it. It's hard to get into game shape during a season, and so I think it's taken him a while to kind of get that feel back, get that burst back on offense, and he looked sluggish for a lot of the year, and we've seen that guy be able to bounce the ball outside the last couple of weeks. So I think maybe as much as anything, it's just getting back to that being in game shape, and he's played through it, but he hadn't had to carry the ball 25 or 30 times. He should be in mid-season form right now, and that's good news for Auburn.
Auburn exhibition game against AUM. Auburn wins 102-66. A secret scrimmage before that against Furman, they won 110-77. This Auburn basketball team off to a good start, at least offensively. They look fairly formidable. Couple of injuries. Can you update us on? John I. Broom hurt his shoulder in that game. Aiden Holloway was in a boot, did not play. Seems like Bruce Pearl is not really concerned that it's anything serious. Is that the indication now?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, they were going to do a little shoot around yesterday and have an off day today. Friday's an off day, so a couple of days of rest for them. They'll get in and do some rehab. Aiden was shooting a little bit last week, been wearing a boot some to kind of take the pressure off the ankle. We'll see if he's able to go. I mean, you turn around and play again, just a few days against Baylor in South Dakota. So I think it might be push to maybe get him. I think Broom's fine. I think that's one of those. It's an exhibition game. I think had they been playing Baylor, that you might have had to go in and do some stretching, do some stuff. Probably would have seen him back on the court had they been playing a team like Baylor. So I think he'll be fine, should be good to go. But I don't think either one of these are injuries they feel like are long-term type of things.
Jason, we really appreciate you taking some time for us. Be careful on the way to Nashville, and, hey, bring us home a W.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Safe travels.
Take it easy.
See you.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
"76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community."
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Lewis Pest Control is now serving Alexander City and the entire Lake Martin area. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial, Lewis has environmentally safe products for all your pest control needs. Lewis Pest Control.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell, and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today, Lake Area Realty, at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you. About 20 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Going to go back to the phone line and welcome in our good friend, Mr. Wade Bennett from Radio Free Auburn. Wade, how's it going today?
Oh, man, going well. It's a beautiful day. Happy to be on with Andy and Scott here at the Auburn Blitz, and thank you to Wickles Pickles for making it happen. Proud supporter of the Alabama High School Athletic Association radio network, and you can check out all the great Wickles products in your local grocery stores, and if you can't find them there, check them out at wickpickles.com.
I've not had lunch. You're making me hungry already. How about
Absolutely.
That?
Well, I mean, tomorrow's going to be a stay-at-home tailgate, so when you go get your supplies, go ahead and pick up a couple jars of different Wickles products, and I promise you, just come back on air and tell us how great it was.
Mm-hmm.
Wade, Auburn gets their first SEC victory in the Hugh Freeze era last week against Mississippi State. A much-needed win, a desperately needed win to get off that 4-game losing streak. Well, Vanderbilt's on a 7-game losing streak, and they have given up at least 33 points in every game in those 7 losses. Auburn goes over there. Look, just give us your expectation for what you want to see Auburn do tomorrow.
Well, I think that you can count on this game, if Auburn's going to go ahead and take care of business, to be, in my opinion, a lot like the game last week at home against Mississippi State. This program is in no shape, form, or fashion to assume any win over a Power 5 team, despite how bad they are, and Vandy is the worst team in the league. But as long as Auburn doesn't go up there and kick the ball around on the carpet and throw it to the other team and have a bunch of turnovers, they should take care of business. They should take care of business pretty early in the game in the first half, and then just kind of cruise, not do anything crazy, and play normal football like they did last week, and get another W and get above 500.
Would love to see that happen. I said it last week. The greatest cure for a 4-game losing streak would be a 4-game winning streak. All these games are imminently winnable. Auburn's already taken care of business against Mississippi State. Now you have Vanderbilt. Look, Peyton Thorne, I thought, established himself last week. There was a lot of reasons why he played better. The offense, there was no sacks in the game. He didn't have a lot of pressure. So the offensive line did their job. The running game did their job. But it just looked like to me the passing concepts, everything about that passing attack was, hey, let's get him comfortable, in the beginning of the game. And that opened up the, taking it over the top and some beautiful passes down the field. So if we come out Saturday and I see a quarterback shuffle of any kind, I may pull my hair out.
Well, I'm with you, man. And look, we talked about this ad nauseum now for weeks, but especially last week, we were finally like it was enough is enough type weekend. And I think Coach Freeze had enough of it too. And it was like, let's just get with one quarterback because, the old saying, when you got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. And he admitted that they weren't even running the full offense with either quarterback when they were in there. That's a huge disadvantage to the offense in today's world against primetime defenses in the SEC. And, look, they settled on Thorne. I thought it was the right call. He just gives you a little bit more of a passing threat than Robbie Ashford, and he can still run when he needs to. And we said if we see Ashford, let's just get him in there in the red zone and let him finish out in the red zone if you're going to make that, starting on a first down. But if not, just go with Thorne and let's start just running the offense and start playing normal football. That's what they did. I look at this Vanderbilt team, and I see a lot of similarities to the Mississippi State team, but probably a little bit worse. And if A.J. Swan's not playing quarterback for Vanderbilt, Auburn could really get after the Commodores tomorrow in Nashville.
Yeah, Auburn's healthier than they've been all year long. I think Austin Keys and Keontae Scott have been kind of a nice little insert to energy, everything else for this defense. Hugh Freeze said he thinks Ron Roberts one of the best at calling a game in the country. We're 7 games into this season now. What do you think about Ron Roberts?
There's been a couple of times early in games where teams have kind of moved the ball at will. He's made the adjustments. Outside of LSU, I think the defense has done everything it could do to keep Auburn not only in games but win games. I don't see how you could have any complaints with him, especially with the roster being so thin and the injury issues that have made it a thin roster on the defensive side even more thin. So, look, the defense tomorrow has a real opportunity because this will probably be one of the worst offensive lines that they go up against this year. To really get after the quarterback, he should dial up pressure, more pressure, and more pressure tomorrow. And I don't want to see us back in a little bit of a zone. Get after Vanderbilt. They're not going to run it on us. Their receivers aren't. I look at this matchup and I see across the board at every position unit, Auburn is more talented, except maybe at receiver, and they're about equally talented. That's the type. That should be fresh meat for the Auburn Tigers tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, Auburn gets a little scrimmage against AUM. This basketball season's about to get underway. Auburn taking on Baylor. What's your thoughts early on this basketball program?
Excited, but worried about injuries, right? I mean, it's like we're Auburn. Sometimes we just can't have nice stuff.
Right.
It's broken. So, you don't want that other shoe to drop. Look, if Auburn stays healthy, they're going to be not easily, but they'll be a tournament team. They're not in the AP top 25 right now. I predict by the end of the season that they will be. But that's a tough opener, man. I don't care if you're the Boston Celtics, man. You got to go up against Baylor. That's a really good basketball program. But kudos to Auburn and most of the schools in the SEC saying, you know what, let's just go out and play tough preseason because it really matters. It makes you better. Iron sharpens iron. It really does matter when you play a tougher schedule when it comes down to selecting teams for the 64.
That's right.
Still hadn't gotten over the 3-2 prediction from last week, but you got another one for us.
Auburn 27, Vanderbilt 13. 14. They're going to score one more point on us than Mississippi State did last week.
All right. Wade, thank you. Have a great week.
Yep, check me out at RadioFreeAuburn.com. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Go and check out Wade. Does great commentary. They got a lot of stuff there that you would love to see. Radio Free Auburn. Got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
"76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community."
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Scott here with you, closing things out to 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Still time to get that final prediction in. Auburn and Vanderbilt tomorrow, 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. Thank you so much to Wade Bennett from Radio Free Auburn. Again, go and check out radiofreeauburn.com. He's got some great write-ups, does some great commentary as well. Thanks to Jason Caldwell, too, our good friend from Auburn Undercover. He always is so good to be with us each and every Friday. All right, Scott, some interesting games. Lots of toss-up games this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
If you just want to sit back, I mean, if you've got some time and you love college football, this is probably the weekend for you.
Exactly.
Because there are some really, really tight games that are going to go down to the wire. It could be that kind of day. I say that, there'll be a lot of blowouts. But, all right, Bedlam. The last Bedlam, for a while at least, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma not going to play next year. Because I don't know if you know this, but Oklahoma's moving to the SEC. Have you heard that?
I heard it was either sooner or later, but it must be sooner.
It must be sooner.
Yeah.
So Bedlam taking place in Stillwater, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, both 4-1 in the Big 12. The Sooners a 6-point favorite. Who you like?
I'm going to go with the Sooners on that.
Yeah. I want to pick Oklahoma State because Oklahoma, they should have lost to Central Florida.
Right.
And Central Florida's not great.
Right.
And then they did get beat by Kansas. Kansas, not a bad team, but Oklahoma State got hammered by South Alabama like
That's
the
right.
first game of the year.
That's right.
But have come back and played pretty well. So,
Well, Gus was Gus in that game where he should have beat him, I think, at the last, 6-8 minutes of the game?
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, Notre Dame, number 12 team in the country, is a 3-point favorite on the road at Clemson. Clemson struggling at 4-4.
They are. Dabo is.
They questioned Dabo and he went off. Does that fire up the team? You think?
I don't know. Yeah, Dabo's been used to being on top, and this year Notre Dame's going to beat them pretty bad.
I would think that's probably. There's just not enough offense.
Right.
Kansas State at Texas. Texas a 4-point favorite. Kansas State on a roll here.
Yeah, I still go with Texas.
I'm picking Kansas State. in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we differ one time.
A little upset.
Yeah.
Jacksonville State is at South Carolina. Gamecocks 15-point favorites, but hey, we've already had one upset pick in this one. You think an upset?
No.
No. Rich Rod can't quite get it done. Arkansas is at Florida. Florida's a 6-point favorite.
Florida, I think
Arkansas desperately needs a win here.
Yeah. I hope Arkansas wins. That way, but it ain't going to happen.
Not going to happen.
No.
Kentucky is at Mississippi State. Kentucky's a 3.5-point favorite in cowbell country.
I say the Cowbells come back this year. This week and win this
Oh,
one.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
You don't see it happen?
No, I don't. Texas A&M is at Ole Miss. Now, this is a very interesting one. Ole Miss, a 3-point favorite at home. Texas A&M, can they go in and upset the Kiffin? Can they derail the Kiffin train?
I don't think so. Ole Miss is they're playing pretty well. I don't know.
I think Ole Miss probably too much, a little too much offense here.
Right.
Just enough defense. But this is the kind of game. This is the kind of game Lane Kiffin will blow.
Mm-hmm. He lays.
But
an
I
egg.
don't know. We'll see. I'll go with Ole Miss. Missouri is at Georgia. Number 1 Georgia. Missouri's 7-1, 3-1 in the conference. 14 over, ranked 14th in the country. Georgia is a 15-point favorite.
I don't think they cover, but Georgia
15 and
wins.
a half, actually.
Yeah. Georgia's rolling. Georgia's obviously they're the number 1 player is out, but they showed they don't have to have him last week.
That's true.
I didn't think they would beat Florida like they beat them, but they did. Georgia wins. I don't know if they go by 15 and a half.
I'm with you. I think Georgia wins, but they don't cover.
No, they don't cover.
LSU is at Alabama. Alabama is a 3-point favorite.
I can go with that. It's going to be a good game, I think.
I'll pick the upset. I'll take LSU.
Yeah. It's a toss-up of there.
I honestly think LSU probably maybe they get one score late, and this is going to be a tight game. It may come down to the just fact who's ever got the ball last.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn is at Vanderbilt. Scotty, what is your prediction?
Well, I'm going to predict we
12
win.
and a half point favorite, by the way, for your Auburn Tigers.
And I'm going to predict we cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
What score?
35-12. It's going to be a weird score.
35-12.
Yeah.
Auburn wins this.
It's going to be they're going to kick field goals on us.
Okay, well, I could see that.
Yeah.
I think the game plan needs to be the same. I think we need to get Peyton Thorne in a rhythm early.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way they did that. They spread the ball around. They got everybody involved. I do believe Auburn will be able to run the football. I think they need to get everybody involved in that. I'd like to see Jeremiah Cobb. I'd like to see Brian Battiste.
We got one more prediction here. I almost left it off here.
Go ahead.
Bubba Tatum said his girlfriend, Tracy Sayers, says Auburn 34, Vandy 13. That's almost my prediction.
Wow.
I was 35-12, and she's 34-13, so we'll see.
I will go 31-10 Auburn. 31-10 Auburn.
Okay.
It's going to wrap it up for us on this week of the Auburn Blitz. We appreciate all of you out there. Join us next Monday, same time, same channel. For Scott Blake, I'm Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody.
War Eagle.
We'll talk again soon.